Welcome back. It's Dr. Jennifer Bowney, better known as DocJenFit, Doctor of Physical Therapy, and I want to talk about eliminating back pain when you're doing a hip hinge. And it's not going to be with a stick against your back. We're going to do something different. Now tell me, do you get back pain when you're doing deadlifts or good mornings or anything that requires kind of doing more of that hinge type of movement? Do you feel like your back gets really sore? Now, one thing I do want to say is that when we're doing anything where we're bending horizontally to the ground, in order for me to not round, my back is going to help to stabilize. We just don't want it to overactivate or feel a lot more tension. And one of the ways that we can get better at that hip hinge so that the back isn't taking over is by getting a better hip hinge. So actually allowing those hips to go back and open so that we're not compensating by using our back. Now, it's not bad to round to the ground. We're going to be doing things in life that require us to round. However, if we're thinking, okay, when I'm lifting a super heavy load, I just want to try my best to stabilize my back. Well, then we want to think of how do I get better at hip hinging? And rather than thinking of opening the legs out. I think this is something that we've been taught a lot, right? Is rotate those thighs open, get those glutes to activate and hinge forward. While this is good in a squat type of motion, if I want to do a better hip hinge range of motion, my tip is actually to internally rotate. So I'm going to think of wrapping my thighs in. As I wrap my thighs in, I'm going to help to separate my pelvis in the back to open up and lengthen my posterior chain, my pelvic floor, get everything to relax and open. So I have more range of motion within my hips and room to get into a hip hinge range of motion. So again, as I'm thinking of going into that hip hinge, think of wrapping towards your big toe, wrapping those thighs in and together, rolling in, and see how that opens up the pelvis. A cue that I like to use when you do this to help, again, relax that pelvic floor and open up those hips would be to inhale as you do it. Inhale, wrap those thighs in, exhale to come up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And hopefully you're starting to feel a lot better range of motion by wrapping those thighs in and getting more of that hinge from your hips. We create more space for those hips to move. And a good warm up that you can use is actually grabbing like a yoga block or a small pillow, placing it between your legs, coming into all fours here. You're going to rock forward. You're going to exhale, inhale, pull those feet apart and keep that back flat as you practice internally rotating. So rolling those thighs in, feet will come out. We open up the back of the pelvis with a big inhale to relax that pelvic floor. And then we exhale. Inhale, exhale, trying not to round in the back. Inhale, exhale. And if you do about 2 rounds of 6 of these, this can help to remind the brain where you're wanting to move from when you're doing any kind of hip hinge type motion, like a deadlift, single leg deadlift, RDLs, or a good morning. So again, inhale, wrap those thighs in, exhale. Inhale, exhale. See how that feels for you. If you want to check out our other videos on deadlifts or good mornings, I have setups and things that can help to, again, eliminate pain and get a better setup so that you maximize your intention with the movement. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.